there's Harry getting pooped on by the president of the United States. It's just not a sentence, number one, I imagine you ever thought you'd say, or a sentence I ever thought I'd hear.
Welcome back to Media Madness. My name is Thomas, and today we are discussing Harry Sisson's appearance on the Lemon Live podcast, in which he discusses, Harry discusses his depiction in a White House video, a video Trump put out, where essentially he's flying a plane and shitting all over the No Kings protesters over the weekend. So Don Lemon and Harry Sisson have sort of the predictable takes that you might expect, but there is a larger point about seriousness that I want to, if anyone in the administration is watching this on the off chance, that I want to make about this. So
now, good morning, Harry. How are you? I saw you in the background looking at that. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah, that's kind of my reaction as well. I was listening to you cover this story saying like, oh, there's Harry getting, oh my God, there's Harry getting pooped on by the president of the United States. It's just not a sentence, number one, I imagine you ever thought you'd say, or a sentence I ever thought I'd hear. So it's been really crazy to watch all of this unfold.
Yeah.
Hi, Harry Sisson.
What do you think about, how do you feel about that? It's not, look, I know that you have a tough skin.
This is great because in the corner of the screen, you can see the people who are regular watchers and donators to Lemon Live.
You've gone through this
before. You're reminded of the caliber of audience that, and the Media Madness audience would mock the Lemon Live audience, I'm sure.
But what do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I just think, I think this is actually bigger than me. I know that this video was attacking me, but there were also millions of Americans that were also displayed in that video, also getting attacked by the president of the United States. So he's attacking me in a petty, gross, disgusting way. But I think the more concerning story here is that, I think this is his genuine feelings toward peaceful protest, that if he could, he would attack in some way, shape, or form the people who dissent. So I don't think that this is actually it's just about me or like the gross attack. I think this is a broader, more concerning story surrounding the Trump admin.
Isn't it a broader, more concerning story? You're correct. Isn't it one, though, about how he feels about the American people? I think he thinks he only governs and he governs for and is the president of the people who voted for him. But these were millions and upon millions of Americans who are out there saying that they were tired of the, no pun intended, the bullshit that is happening right now. And yet he has a 37% approval rating. I think he should be a little bit more cognizant about how the country is really feeling about his policies.
Yeah, I mean, you'd think, right, for somebody that's in politics, you'd think that they'd want to appeal to the most amount of people possible. But I think our argument on the left just got a lot stronger over the past 24 hours. And I actually...
Yeah, it didn't really get stronger. I mean, Harry Sisson's argument here is essentially that Trump doesn't like his political enemies and the people who are protesting against him. This is revolutionary, Harry Sisson. I mean, what a pioneering take you have there. Obviously, Trump doesn't like his political opponents, and obviously Trump has been crude since the day he was born and has been posting now literally for a very long time, and in many ways he's the best to ever do it. But I do have to maybe even agree with Harry Sisson and Don Lemon here, but probably for different reasons, because I'm growing a little annoyed with the cheekiness and the cute little PR stuff that is coming out of the White House lately. I mean, this is not to say that the second Trump admin has been a total waste of time, or that we've not got anything done and that there haven't been wins. There've been a very recent win. Granted, if this peace in the Middle East holds, then this will be a generational win for foreign policy for Donald Trump. But I'm beginning to worry with this cavalier attitude that the administration doesn't completely understand what time it is and what the stakes are, and how, from where I'm sitting, existential they feel. And Doge, like, it was a cluster and a dumpster fire in 1,000 different ways, but at the very least, like, in those first couple months of the administration, there was just, it seemed like we were just going to lay waste to the entire federal bureaucracy to the point where it had no chance of reviving itself, that there was no chance that the left could exact vengeance upon us if and when they gain power again. I'm feeling as though that domestic attitude where we're playing for keeps has been lost in a certain sense in favor of a lot of PR bullshit. You know, I mean, you see Benny Johnson going on Twitter and being like, we just witnessed the single greatest sequence of presidential communications in American history. The King Trump thing, dumping sewage on No Kings protesters and Harry Sisson. You know, JD Vance is being cute. And this was the most annoying thing to me, honestly. Press Secretary Caroline Levitt, I can't speak today, and comms director Stephen Chung tells a reporter, your mom, in response to a press inquiry. Guys, we need to get serious. We cannot afford to lose the midterms and certainly not the next presidential election. And I'm really tired of the challenge coins, of the triumphal arch, which I like. You know, I like all of these things, but like, I feel like out of the admin, I'm seeing a lot of PR bull and not a lot of securing long-term victories. I really am not. But anyway, back to Sisson. I'm feeling a little black-pilled today, guys. I mean, I'm feeling a little disillusioned with the admin. I think they could be doing a lot more. I'm just feeling a little disillusioned, I guess. I have a feeling that we're going to lose the midterms, probably not the Senate, but we're going to lose our mandate and our political capital, and then potentially even lose the election in 28 to Gavin Newsom. And there will be hell to pay. They will exact things. They will do things to us that have never been done before. So anyway, back to Sisson and Don Lemon.
Actually made another video, a follow-up video in response to this, making the point that I think Donald Trump just proved us all right with what he did, and JD Vance's attack on me. Our point at the No Kings protest is that Donald Trump's an authoritarian. He's not a serious person. He doesn't care about this country. He doesn't care about you. And when he's posting childish AI videos of him attacking me, attacking millions of other peaceful protesters, Americans who are using their First Amendment rights, I think he's proven what we've been saying about him for years now. And so unintentionally, I think Trump actually kind of did us a favor with this whole disgusting story.
Harry, I'll talk to you about the JD Vance of it all in a second. Well, let's just talk about it now and then we'll go on. JD Vance, like responding to you with, don't these people have anything better? The president of the United States. Look, don't get me wrong. I'm not minimizing your importance and, your reach in the culture. But even when I was on CNN and the president would tweet about me, I would say, why do you care what a cable news anchor says about you?
Maybe I'm being a killjoy a bit, but I do sort of agree with Don Lemon here. I mean, it's like I understand that it's long been part of the appeal that Trump gets into petty spats, and it's often very funny, but it's just, I feel like JD Vance chiming in and trying to do the Trumpism thing. Like, dude, you're the heir apparent to the movement. Dare I say it's time for some level of maturation here. I don't know if it's because I'm feeling a bit under the weather today, but I just, like, stuff like this is sort of annoying to me. I think it communicates a level of, like Don Lemon is saying, I can't believe I'm agreeing with him here, a level of unseriousness about what we're trying to do and securing our victory. I mean, what's the Machiavellian quote where he says that, like, you need to defeat your enemies utterly so that you do not fear revenge? I mean, we're not like taking US aid out back and shooting it like we were 6 months ago. Like, stuff like that really prevents the left from accumulating power again, like dismantling their levers of power from their very foundations. Like, stuff like that is really useful. That gives you more power as someone on the right. Like, stuff like this is not, it feels like a waste of time, and I feel like our priorities are not aligned with what needs to happen. I don't.
Why do you think he cares about a young influencer? Like, doesn't him and JD Vance have better things to do with their time?
Well, no, Don, I don't think you're minimizing me at all. I think you're actually exactly right. I have no idea why the president of the United States and the vice president of the United States are more interested in social media beef with a 23-year-old who's still in college, as opposed to, being interested in leading the country. It's not an answer that I have. I think it actually speaks to the mentality of Donald Trump, why he's in politics in the first place. He's more interested in views and clicks than he is, making people's lives better. But on the point of JD Vance in particular, I don't think this guy has anything to do during the day. I think his job in the White House is kind of just
Well, I mean that is sort of part and parcel with the vice presidency. They don't have a lot to do other than being the Senate tiebreaker. They are just sort of keeping the seat warm. Anyway, I don't really have a ton else to say. I'm not going to sit here and cheerlead while we designate Antifa a domestic terror organization, which it literally has no meaning in law. It's a press release. It means nothing. The bottom line of what I'm saying, and a lot of you, maybe this is maybe I'm being a downer here, but like the bottom line is that this kind of stuff is not enough. Like it's that's not going to get us there. I do worry in some sense that the left is getting its energy back a bit here, and that's a little concerning to me. Since their dormancy from 2020, I think they tuckered themselves out. And now they've finally gotten a second wind, is my general feeling as of today. Maybe that'll change. Maybe I'm being pessimistic today. Anyway, that is all I got for you guys today. Thank you for watching Media Madness. You must like, subscribe, and comment below, and we'll see you next time.